Brad Everett Young, known for his brief but memorable role in Grey's Anatomy and for his incredible work behind the camera as a celebrity photographer, has passed away at the age of 46. Yes, 46. The age where you're still dreaming big, chasing the next big project, but also old enough to know life doesn't always play fair. On what should have been a regular Sunday night, Brad had just finished watching a movie. He was driving home alone along the 134 freeway in Southern California when another vehicle, going the wrong direction, collided head-on with his. In an instant, everything changed. Brad died at the scene. The other driver survived. Life, huh? Sometimes it's brutally random like that. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, Brad who? You're not alone. He wasn't a household name. He wasn't the guy with his name in flashing lights. But Brad was one of those faces you've seen a dozen times and maybe never quite placed, until now. He appeared in shows like Grey's Anatomy, specifically in the 2008 episode, In the Midnight Hour, as an appendectomy patient. You blinked, and there he was, stealing a scene for 30 seconds and then slipping out like a pro. His resume included other 90s and early 2000s TV staples like Boy Meets World, Felicity, Charmed, Beverly Hills, 90,210, and Numb 3 Rupees. He wasn't leading the parade, but he was always in it, the kind of working actor who makes the industry go round. On the big screen, he had small roles in films like Charlie's Angels, Jurassic Park III, I Love You, Man, The Artist, and a lesser-known version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in 2017. Big parts, small parts, he did them all with the same energy. Brad didn't sit around waiting for his moment. He made the most of every single one he got. But here's where Brad really carved out a name for himself, behind the camera. He was a wildly talented photographer who shot everyone from rising stars to Hollywood heavyweights. His portraits weren't just pretty pictures, they had depth, personality, a vibe. He didn't just capture celebrities. He captured people. He was also the founder of Dream Loud Official, a creative campaign pushing to preserve arts and music programs in schools. Because to Brad, creativity wasn't just something nice to have. It was necessary. It was survival. It was how people told the truth about themselves. With over 2 million followers on Instagram, Brad wasn't just an artist, he was a connector. A builder of spaces. He made people feel seen, safe, celebrated. His energy was infectious, his work ethic relentless, and his ability to hype up others? Unmatched. So when someone like Brad is suddenly gone, the loss feels layered. It's not just losing a familiar face. It's losing someone who lifted others up. Someone who didn't need to be the star of the show to make it unforgettable. People who knew Brad all seemed to say the same thing. He was kind. Not in the surface level, throwaway sense of the word. He was genuinely kind, thoughtful, a bit quirky, yes. Playful, absolutely, but grounded, real. The kind of guy who shows up for you, not for attention, not for credit, just because that's who he was. Friends and colleagues have expressed their shock. Some had just spoken with him days earlier, planning shoots, brainstorming collaborations, or simply catching up over lunch. And now, silence. No warning. Just one of life's gut punch reminders that time isn't guaranteed. Brad's career is proof that you don't have to be the lead on a primetime show to leave an impact. He was the guy behind the lens, helping others shine. The one who remembered your name on set. The one who made nervous first-timers feel like pros. The one who believed in art for the sake of expression, not just for likes. His death is also a brutal reminder of how fragile everything is. One second you're walking out of a movie, maybe thinking about dinner or your to-do list for tomorrow. The next, your story ends mid-sentence. No dramatic fade out, just, gone. But within that silence, Brad left a legacy. The photos, the conversations, the movement he helped build. The students inspired by Dream Loud. The actors who got their first real headshots because Brad said, "Let's shoot. Don't worry about money." If you're listening to this right now, and you've ever thought about giving up on your creative dream, think about Brad. A man who hustled for his art, believed in the power of creativity, and gave generously of his time and talent, even when no one was watching. He didn't live long enough to see every idea come to life. But he lived deeply enough to matter. He didn't need an Emmy to prove it. Just a camera, a story, and a belief in people. So maybe today's the day to finally pick up that brush, write that script, shoot that photo, or support someone else who's doing it. Because if Brad taught us anything, it's that the world needs more beauty. More honesty. More weird, wonderful, human art. And maybe, just maybe, you don't need to be the loudest in the room to change it. Rest well, Brad. Your light, the one you always chased in your photos, now belongs to the stars.